So it's Halloween again. I hope it is, I'm still editing this. This could come out in November. But that means there's a whole new slew of maps to play and contracts to complete. Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year pretty much just for TF2 alone. Jumping around with the spells, getting sick kills, and playing around with the new ideas is always fun. Last year they had the Capture the Flag map where you bring the bomb to the enemy base as a giant. It's insane. This year they brought in a new map in Arena, allowing you to choose a certain perk before battle, which means they did the impossible. They made Arena fun. That's not all. You also have Zombie Invasion, which got added in as well. It plays out like Infection from COD or Halo. But let's forget about that for a minute and discuss a problem that's been bubbling in front of us for the past few years.
Oh my goodness! Squidward!
There's 51 contracts in total. By my calculations, that's a shitload. Yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of TF2 during Halloween season, but I have this thing called work and other personal goals I'm trying to achieve outside of work in this channel. I don't want all of my time taken up by a FOMO mechanic. Now you could say that I don't need to do this and that all the contracts do is give me a free hat, but that assessment fails to see the simple fact that I'm a stupid baby and Valve is dangling keys in front of my face. I mean, yeah, I don't have to do any of this and I could just play the maps I want to, but I want free hats, and I want a chance to play the other maps again. But something about the contract system just isn't working. Well, it is for now, but it took me forever to get through the new batch of maps this year, and I still have a ton to get through as I'm typing this out. Moreover, the objectives for the contracts are kind of samey. If the basis for most of the contracts is just get 100 souls, I accept that, but it feels like most of the contracts could have something unique about it. Like for instance, on a map like Molder Grove, you can have a bonus objective be win the 3v3 in the underworld, or on a map like Megalo, you can have an objective be kill an enemy that got scared by the train. In fact, you could have contracts for spells on the mercenaries too. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad that they're here, but seeing for the 100th time kill with a pumpkin bomb, it just makes me wonder why they didn't do unique stuff for more maps. And also, can I just say that collecting souls could be a bit easier? If you kill someone but die right after, you don't get the soul. It has to go to you, and you don't get it if you die immediately. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it does suck when it happens a few times in one game. More on this, playing medic is rough. If you're doing your main job and healing people, you can barely get souls. If the person you're healing gets a kill with the pumpkin bomb, you don't get the souls. If you click off your healing target and they kill someone, you're not counted for the assist. Now, some people would say that's a skill issue. It is, but it takes everything that much longer. Plus, on the topic of contracts, fuck the boss missions. Ignore the fact you already had to do all the maps. You had to do a contract for killing each of the 3 bosses. Secondly, you can't do 2 contracts at once. You can't work on a contract for killing Marasmus while you play on Ghost War. You have to do one or the other. This is the most painful part about the contracts. The mere fact you have to work on them one at a time. Now you could tell me that it's much faster to do it with friends so I wouldn't have to suffer so much, but the thing is that I don't have friends. The bosses take so long to kill, and at times, they start a truce, which means you can't kill the enemy, which means you're not going to be getting any souls for a bit, which means it takes longer to do the thing that you're trying to do, which is contracts. It's not the best design in the world. Honestly, I would remove them since, other than Halloween, TF2 doesn't have any real bullet sponges. Except the heavy, but the heavy is way better made than the bosses. There's also the fact that they could do something unique each year. Yeah, I know this is Valve we're talking about, and TF2 doesn't get any real updates nowadays, but they still could give us something a bit more substantial. Like maybe a new weaponry skin that takes some requirements, like the Headless Horseman, Horseless, Headless, Horseless. This thing. Yeah, I know asking for anything from Valve is like asking if Dad is gonna come back from buying milk, but I could still dream, you know. I can't speak all too ill on Halloween. I love the Zombie Invasion mode, and while we're on it, I love the fact that they added in the Saxon Hail as a community game mode. I didn't get to play it this summer, or now thanks to the contracts. It's still nice to see Valve add something in that is genuinely new. It's a completely new thing entirely, and I'm happy playing the new Zombie Invasion maps. One thing I should note is that I'm happy the team didn't add too many tacky choices in the hat selection. Yeah, it sucks we didn't get any war paints, but the cosmetics this time around are actually better than what we've got in the past few years. So I'm very happy to see that. Yeah, it's easy to just say older TF2 Halloween better, because it was, but it's also good to enjoy what we got this year. I remember my first time playing Halloween, playing Hell Tower when it was first added and seeing all the spells. It was a great time. Seeing the crazy stuff that was possible in TF2 was so much fun, and something that is still being held onto today with the new modes and additions that's being added. I'm genuinely excited for what the community is able to create in the next few years. But other than that, I just want to say thanks for the success of my last video. It does mean a lot to me because I've always wanted to do this kind of stuff, and I just never really had that chance to, and now that I have a bit more free time, I'm really trying to go for it. So I just want to say thank you for that. I have a some really big plans for videos in the future. My next one isn't about TF2, isn't that exciting. But it's going to take a bit because I have to record a lot of game footage. But I hope everyone has a good Halloween. And I'm editing this on Halloween, so I hope it comes out today. And if not, well then hope you had a good yesterday. See ya!